Welcome to the I Love Coaching podcast, the show where we help coaches, entrepreneurs, and leaders build businesses that create massive impact. I'm Adam Roach, alongside my incredible co-host,
Jess Webber, and we're here today to bring you the best strategies, mindset shifts, and real-life success stories to help you level up in your coaching journey.
Whether you're launching your coaching business, scaling to 6 or 7 figures, or just looking for inspiration to push through, this podcast is your go-to resource.
We're bringing you expert insights, real talk, and actionable items every single episode. So if you're ready to take your coaching game to the next level,
then let's dive on in. My people, you're feeling stuck. You're feeling stuck in a space and you don't know what to do. Here's really the problem. You got to stop waiting for clarity. And you got to get past stuck and you just got to start moving. Jess, that's what we're going to talk about today. We've got challenges with people and they keep telling themselves that maybe I'm being lazy. Maybe I'm not motivated. But here's the thing. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're just stuck in what we like to call analysis by paralysis, right?
100%. We see it time and time again, and I'm guilty of it myself, of people who want to think their way to clarity rather than take action and gain the clarity. And so that's really what we wanted to talk about today, are 3 tactical moves to stop overthinking and build momentum in your business.
Yes. Overthinking, you all, is killing you, actually. It's slowing you down from actually getting you to really where you want to be. And with our 3 tactics today, we're going to actually help you move in the right direction to stop overthinking. Stop overthinking. Now, Jess, we're having fun with this language, though there are people that are, what do they call them? They call them, I won't say trigger happy, but they're fast starters. I think they're called fast starts. Quick starts. They're called quick starts. I don't remember what book that is from, but they're called quick starts. Sometimes quick starts actually they get in trouble too. Right. And the quick starts are they will ready, fire, then aim. And though today I want to make sure we're talking about the people that are ready, aim, and eventually fire somewhere down the road. So let's jump into some of these tactics. So what's the first tactic?
Yeah, the first tactic is run a short time-bound test instead of making a long-term plan. So this could be a 5-day challenge like you and I are hosting. It could be a 7-day plan, something like that. Not 6 months, 12 months, 3 years. Because we find that the shorter that you compress that time, the more action you're going to take and the more results you're going to see, rather than planning to plan like so many people do.
Yeah, test small, learn fast, move quick. Here's a great example of this, Jess, that you and I have both gone through, maybe about, has it been over a year with Alan, is a 16-day cleanse, right? The 16-day cleanse is exactly what we're talking about here. I have, when we started that project, ripped as shit, right? That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a 50-year-old with a low body fat percentage on my way to living to be 103. But at the time that I set that, I was 46, 47. So 46, 47 to 103, Jess, is a long period of time. We didn't just get into, oh gosh, that's going to be a long period of time. Let's do this, this, and this, and then get bored. We said, nope, we're going to dive right into this and do a very small test, which was a 16-day cleanse. And guess what? We are now over a year into this and have both had massive results because we did a short little test.
Well, yeah. And I know we bring up fitness a lot for people, but we also know that when you're physically and mentally healthy yourself, it's so important. Everything else easier, right?
Yep.
But we've seen the same thing happen inside businesses. And this is why we're doing this 5-day challenge, because we know that if you set that time-bound expectation for yourself, you show up differently and you act differently than when you're sitting on your couch or you're laying in your bed or you're spinning in your chair in your office going, oh my God, okay, so there's the calendar on the wall. I've got 6 months to do this. I'm going to do this in month 1 and this in month 2. And you keep going and you keep planning, but you never actually do.
Right.
Yeah. And so we know that if you pick one thing, one idea, one offer, one niche, one routine, one habit, one whatever, and commit
Mm-hmm.
to it for that short amount of time, then you're going to see massive results rather than
Yeah.
trying to plan for all the things, spin all the plates, juggle all the balls.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. With our 5-day 10K challenge coaching offer challenge, it's just that, right? We've got 5 days. You're going to commit to it for 5 days. And the desired outcome here is 10,000 plus per month of recurring revenue, right? That's going to be the focus. And that's where we're doing this intentionally for those people that are maybe on the fence. Do they want to become a coach? Do they want to step into the professional space of coaching versus saying, okay, I want to come into the community and I'm going to commit for 12 months. And gosh, I'm just not sure if this is really for me, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Nope. 5-day challenge, okay, offer. You're going to have something post that offer and you're going to have clarity to say, now I really want to move forward, because the outcome you're going to get is clarity.
Mm-hmm.
When you get that clarity from a very short time period, now you're going to know that you're going to want to move forward, because now you're not going to be guessing about it.
Well, and the other thing that I want to note here that I think is so
Sorry,
important,
I feel like I'm like yelling at everybody right now, Justin, but I'm just so passionate
you're
about this. I'm so
energized, or
excited.
what we would jokingly call as is spicy, right?
Because I see this so frequently. I see this so frequently with the ready aim people, and I love the ready aim people. And it's just painstaking because just the ready aim people, they're damn good because they are they're thought provoked based people, and they're just overthinking things. And so sorry, I'm a little spicy on this topic because I want to move these people into a space to impact and serve other people.
Well, and that's where I was headed with that, because like I said, I'm speaking from personal experience in this space, which is why Adam is so good for me. But what I was going to say was clarity being the outcome, that breeds confidence. And so I know that a lot of the people who are the ready, aim people are lacking in some level of confidence, and that's why they're waiting, is because they want something to be perfect. They want a finished product out in the universe because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to have to reiterate multiple times. And so they spend too much time analyzing and not enough time acting out of some level of imposter syndrome. And let me tell you from experience that when you have clarity and you can put something out there with clarity, the confidence follows immediately after. And then that creates that momentum, that snowball effect for you to then move forward. So if you're somebody who does recognize a perfectionist nature in yourself, then taking this action in a short and compressed time is honestly the absolute number one best strategy for you.
Yeah. I mean, we just had a coach yesterday, Jess, on the coaching community call, share exactly just that. And she was blown away by the outcome because she followed the blueprint. She took one simple little step that for whatever reason she had been pausing on, and literally within 20 minutes had landed, I think she said, a $24,000 annualized paying client. I mean,
exactly.
Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go to number 2, Jess.
Okay. So the second strategy that we feel is really important for clarity, right, is to track your energy, not your output.
So good.
Yeah.
Yep. So good.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Go ahead, Jess.
Oh, I was just going to say, like most people, when they're stuck in this analysis paralysis, they're chasing what makes sense on paper and not what actually lights you up in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. Because clarity gives you energy. Right. When you have clarity on something, if we'll go back to our original one, I want to live to be 103. I just gave blood today. Well, not gave blood, but took blood for my quarterly results. And 103 is a long time away, and I could lose focus on that. I have good energy around this space, though in the same breath, that's a long period of time. Tracking my energy, though, it gives me clarity on what I'm really passionate about, right? And so you're going to hear us talk today, listeners, about our 10K challenge a lot, because it's going to be a game changer for a lot of you, because this is going to be where I don't want to make this all financially driven, though. Let's just call a spade a spade. There are people out there right now that have massive knowledge that should be coaching other people that maybe are in financial hardships, right? That need to make some money. And the clarity you're going to gain from the 5-day 10K challenge is going to expose whether you have energy or not in this space, right?
Well,
And that's what's really going to help you.
that's exactly where my brain was headed with this. Was I think when people get stuck in analysis paralysis, they are overwhelmed by the things that don't give them energy. Oh, I have to have this tech stack. Oh, I have to have this website built. Oh, I have to have these funnels with all these emails written. I have to have these Canva graphics or an entire workbook. I have to have an ebook published on Amazon, and I don't know how to self-publish. Like, the list goes on.
You're taking my energy.
Exactly. But that's my point, is all of those things that you feel like you need are necessary to have that perfect product are the things that don't light you up. And so by limiting things with time and focusing on the things that do give you energy. So for, my space, I am energized by teaching, right? I'm energized by pouring into people, not building websites and tech stacks. And so if I take this challenge or any other kind of time-bound situation that I give myself and I focus on the energy, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's being in front of people and pouring into them that fills me up. And that shows through when I'm in the room or on the Zoom. And then that creates an opportunity, and I give a simple invitation to those people to connect with me further. That lights them up. They see my passion. They see my skill set. That creates opportunities for me to gain clients. And I have not built a 6-month social media roadmap, right? Yeah. I am not like stuck in that space of building and perfecting when I'm focused on what actually fills up my bucket.
Yeah, that's so good. I remember when I was in the real estate space on a team in Beverly Hills, and my business partner, we were building out this team, and I jokingly was called the trash man. And I was called the trash man because I literally did everything on the team, including taking the trash out, meaning I worked with buyers, I worked with sellers, I held my team leader accountable, I organized the database, I did everything to keep him, the rainmaker, moving forward, including taking the trash out. And what I had to do way back then that I've now brought forward here and we're sharing with you all is I could look at my time block calendar and I could tell what drained my energy and then what filled me up authentically, right? And that is, as we're talking about the Ready Aim people, you've got to see what really fills up your energy buckets and then stay there, and you'll make decisions much faster. And what I learned was I loved to reach out to talk to people. I love to door knock. I love to do all those things. And I was like, I don't want to do anything else. Just give me some walking shoes and give me a pad of paper and let me just go start knocking on doors and saying hi to everybody. That filled me up with energy. Where, Jess, that might have made you puke, right? And in the same time, though, you got to know, because I didn't want to take the trash out anymore. It drained my energy. I'm being silly at that, but it did drain my energy. So step number 2 is track your energy, not just your output. And I'm going to say track your authentic energy, right? When do you feel most like yourself in the high energy space, and what are you doing there?
I think that's a huge thing there. So, I mean, and let's face it, most entrepreneurs are ADHD, which means there's some high level of pattern recognition. You'll start to see the patterns real fast if you create this habit for yourself. And it's as simple as, like Adam said, looking at your calendar and being like, thumbs up, thumbs down, red, green, whatever you need to do to track that energy and figure out what's your that's actually going to create that clarity and that energy for you.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to talk about the third one, because I think the third one is the hardest and yet the easiest thing that we can do for ourselves. The third
I would say, Jess, it might also be a little misunderstood, right? Yeah. I think this one might be a little misunderstood. So this is one of my favorites. So go ahead and share it with them.
Okay. So the third strategy here is make a micro move with public accountability. So we know that action breeds clarity, right? And so the micro move is do something simple. It doesn't have to be a big launch of websites and funnels and all these things, but it could be as simple as I am launching a group coaching thing. I have 5 seats open. It starts in 2 weeks. Who's interested?
That's right.
That means you don't have to have a single thing built, right? It is just putting something out there to gauge interest, to start conversations, and that action can breed results.
That's right. Yeah. As Jess, you don't need a massive leap, right? You literally just need something super duper micro small, and we'll call it a nudge, right? Just a little bit of a nudge and a deadline, and share it with someone. So again, Jess, I will reiterate that the 5-day 10K challenge, we're going to teach you how to build a 10K plus offer. And we're going to show you exactly what we did. We're going to walk you through this micro step process with accountability. And it could be with accountability with anybody. And we're going to give you a behind the scenes look on exactly how we have done what we have done with the community, with the blueprint, with the process of building what we are building for the coaches and for the coaches to have success, because they've all had to take little micro movements and have had accountability, and they're having success. And so I know that our listeners will have success too. It's going to be so, so good.
Just because it's asking you to take one step as a step of faith, not a leap, not a sprint, not a marathon, one step.
One low stakes step too.
Very much so low stakes. And so what's been crazy is when we've talked through this with several other coaches that we have in our world, I'm thinking of one in particular that he wanted to move from 1-to-1 because he had tapped out, he was drained, he knew where he wanted to help people and how he could help them on a mass scale. And so we talked about creating a group offer, and that immediately created overwhelm, right? He was like, oh, well, I got to have this in order. I got to have all these things, all my phases, all the IP in there, right? I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I said, pick a date that you want to start and launch this group. And the only thing I need you to do is create a payment link. That's it. That's the only thing right now. And then start talking to people and put this out there. So his one step was create a payment link. And then the next step was put it out there, right? So that's technically 2 baby steps. But he launched a group with over $50,000 collected before the first thing was built. So that's even exponentially amplifying what our 10K offer is offering you, right? But it's the same thing. You go through this, you understand your clarity, you understand the next action you need to take, and you take the next step. And that step leads to the next step, which leads to the next step, which leads to the next step. Too many visionaries, which is basically every entrepreneur out there, get so excited about the big vision that they lose sight of their feet, which is right below them. And the only thing that they want to do is get on a rocket ship to the big vision, not actually take the steps necessary to get there. And so that's why the 5-day challenge is so valuable, why being in a community or working with somebody else is so valuable, because they can help you see that maybe you're trying to climb onto the rocket ship instead of taking a step. And so that's why part of this step is take the micro action and make it public. And that's why I was saying all of that, was because having some level of public accountability, and it doesn't have to be on social media. It can be in a group chat. It can be to your community, your board of directors, whomever, but having some level of public accountability for the next step is a huge motivator for those people who struggle and like to hide and sit in that ideation space.
Yeah, it's very, very true. We have this written in our blueprint in step 2 when we have and put coaches on a mental diet, right? Part of the mental diet is they have to share with their family that they're becoming a coach. Then they share with their peers they're becoming a coach. Then they share with the community that they've become a coach, right? Small little micro steps, which will really help remove some of these limiting beliefs or these anchors, if you will, that are causing you not to move forward. And again, we're talking just in a micro way because micro steps eventually lead to macro results. And that
100%.
happens all day long. And we see that. And that's what, just honestly, from my seat, that's what I love watching. I love watching. By the way, I think you were pointing at me when you were talking negatively about visionaries, but we'll have that conversation a little bit later. And I love watching both the visionary people, the integration based people, do the exact same thing through this process. It's just take small little steps, even though the visionary wants to take 100 steps at a time, and the integrator might want to take a half a step at a time so that it's right. But when they take just small little steps, they all have amazing outcomes. And it's so, from my vantage point, this is what fills me up about doing what we do, is watching people have success and giving them the pathway to do it, where before they were like, I don't know if I can do this because I can't see the steps. And that's what all this is, Jess.
Yeah, we're eliminating friction for you.
Yes.
I mean, truly, that's what our goal is, because you get both Adam and I in all of what we're offering to the world. And we figured out that we're better together. You know, we've got my friend Adam, who I am now pointing at for those of you who are only listening, who will go from standing still to step 100 in 5 seconds flat. And then there's me, who I would like the roadmap and the MapQuest directions with times and distances and all of the things for each and every step between 0 and 100. And so the partnership and the way that we operate in different spaces helps us help every person in our world, because we can approach it from both sides and say, hey, here's the most strategic path forward that helps you get the most action and the most momentum without being stuck in either of those camps.
Right. Yeah, it's so good. So just in closing here, Jess, and I'll let you land the plane after this. If you are stuck in analysis paralysis, if you feel that you are in this space of overthinking type things, just remember this: action creates clarity, right? Action will truly create clarity, and you don't need to know everything, right? Yeah, if you think you need to know every step and see every turn before you start to drive, you don't. You really, really don't. You just need to do something, right? You need to do something. I actually think I did an Instagram reel on this about be, do, have, right? And it's like have, be, and have don't make sense to me. I really don't understand that, because all you need to do is just do it, right? I think Nike got it right a long time ago when they said, just go do it. That's what I hope this lands with for everybody, is just to simply take action, right? It's okay if you're an overthinker, it's okay. Just take action, go do something, and you don't need to see every single step.
Yep. You said it perfectly. Action breeds clarity, and then I'll add on clarity breeds confidence. Overthinkers, you don't need more information. You need movement, because you're never going to think your way into becoming who you already feel called to be.
True. So true. So true. So here's what we want you to do. Go sign up for our 5-day K challenge. We will give you that clarity. And here's the crazy part. It's a very low barrier to entry. And your payoff for doing this is exactly what we just said in this podcast: clarity, confidence, and money. Jess, I know you don't want me to say that, because it's like, well, we don't want to lead financially. Screw it. You're going to learn how to make some serious monthly recurring revenue from this. You're going to gain clarity, and you're going to build confidence from doing it. So go to ilovecoachingco.com/challenge, or you can just go to ilovecoachingco.com and it'll pop right up, and register. I'd love to see you all there. It will be great. It definitely will be.
That's
Perfect.
all we have.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in the challenge. And thanks for listening. See you. Bye.